Alright, we're going to try another demo with this Camtasia program. I'm going to open up the Final Cut software on the desktop, which should already be open. So we're going to do a new project. We're going to go ahead and add some video clips in here, but first we got to build a bin. So we got to go File, New, Bin, and just label Video Clips, and do the same thing with a bin for audio. So that way you know which ones to put into which file folder. Okay, so clip on the video clip. I want to import some video that I've already got on my computer. Remember, anything you're going to put into the program project, it has to be downloaded onto the desktop. You can't have it in a folder or an external drive, or the files won't render to the project properly. So we're going to go find some video clips from one of my folders inside the desktop. Let's see. Let's do this. Back. Film project. There we go. And we'll go to video file 1. We'll grab that, and we'll grab one more. Actually, let's grab 2. Choose those. Now close that. We're going to open up the video clip. Oops. And we're going to double click on it to bring it in the center viewer. Push play on it. Now, if you want to adjust the size of the clip, these 2 buttons right here is an in and out point. So say we wanted to start dragging this playhead back to where the bag just opens. You take that marker, put it in this right spot here. You let it play for as long as you wanted it to show for. And you drop the second one, which is on the right, and you make your size your clip. Once you do that, you can drop it down into what the timeline is at, which is right below it. Sorry, we'll just put it, oops, let's see. There we go. Now we'll just slide it back, and every so often this red line shows up that shows your video clips aren't rendered. They have to get set into the timeline in the proper position. So you put your playhead over the beginning of the red line, go to sequence, and you go to render. Usually just put all, so that way you know you've rendered the entire amount of footage that you drop down there. So we'll click on all. And your prompt comes up, says it hasn't been saved, so you're going to save it. Always remember to save your work. Okay, let's grab this other shot. Go ahead and push play on the playhead. Start driving there. Got it. Since you got some of the voiceover director in the background, we can simply edit that out by scrolling back, stopping at whatever point you feel like it, which right there is a pretty good spot, and then then just stop right there and drag that into the timeline. So now you got 2 shots. They don't really have to do with anything, but this is just a practice way to show you how to line up your clips. Say we wanted to use another clip from the same original clip, you can always just take your playhead and continue the footage, and you simply change your in and out point. So you start with your left one, and then you drop the second one in right after it, and do the same thing as the first 2 clips. As you just drag it, left click on your mouse there and drop it in the timeline. Remember to render your files. Now, what we're going to do is tweak some audio. Excuse me. We're going to go ahead and lock the video file so we don't lose any footage by just clicking on the lock right here. And we're going to go down here to this money. We don't need any audio in that. So you just left click on it and delete from the keyboard, or you can go to edit. Excuse me. Usually you can either select or edit. Just you can use the keyboard as the easiest way I got it. Then make sure you go back down and unlock your video footage, and you bring your playhead back to the beginning and push play. There's no audio. The audio pops up. You'll see what the change in the clip is. It's almost professional. Now, if you want to take the audio down a notch on the existing audio, if you want to adjust it, you can double click on the item in the timeline, and you can either do a couple of ways. Use this tag over here. It gives you key audio frames where you can adjust how low or high you want your volume in a clip. So you drag it from that black line, and you can maybe add a second one. And this can give you kind of a little wavelength of, or control of your audio all the way across. So like on this one, we'll have it come up. We can grab one more here and just kind of drag it up. You just play with it a little bit. Then from there, remember to render your video. Always render, or it won't allow you to play the project. Then all you do is you play it back. That's pretty much what you do. To add music, we can add music in here. We can actually close this out. We'll put an audio clip, or we can put in, yeah, let's try some music. You go back up to File and Import Files. Since we've got iTunes on here, see if we can find music. This is a fun program because you can add all kind of crazy effects and music. So we drop that. You basically just click on it. Now the whole time, or this whole song clip comes up in your center video, and you can just play the playhead just like a normal video track. So what we'd want to do, take the playhead back to where we want to start it, pretty much anywhere you decide. So we're going to put the end point right here. We can stop it here, you get an idea. And there, the only difference on this part is you can take the song straight from the project window and drag it down underneath wherever you decide to put it at. So we can actually add it in roughly underneath, or pretty much wherever you want it to start at. Make sure you render all. And we'll start from the beginning so you can see the different product. Remember, no audio in the first section. Now it sounded a little loud on the vehicle audio, so what we can do there is we can actually bring that down a hair. Let's get on there. Let you play with all this stuff. There, that'll bring that down, and we can actually bring this one up a notch. There we go. Let's try that. There you go. Now, if you wanted to add credits to that last scene, or actually any scene on the timeline, you click on whatever footage you're deciding to use. Make sure you put your playhead back to the beginning of the track. And you can go up here to the bottom, click on your little icon there, and it says different types of text you can use. In this case, we're going to text, and then go all the way down to text. And up at the top left, you got videos and control. This is a quick way to do it. You go to controls, and you pretty much type in here whatever you want to do. So we'll put end credits. You can change your text font for this one, and it's good for credits to have bolder print. I like the copper plate bold. That one works pretty good, and it capitalizes your words. And you can give it a bold or italic. Usually bold's the best so you can see it really well. This changes the size of your font. I figure right around 30, after 25, you know, play with it as much as you need to. So we'll go about 36, or you can type it in right here. And you can also change the color of your text by just clicking there. So I got red picked, so just select OK. And to check what you've got, you can just go back onto the video section, and then you can look down here, and you can make adjustments to your time that you want the actual text to be on your screen. And there's a timer up here so you can watch it. Say maybe you want about 4 or 5 seconds. Say we're going to add some more text. Make sure you double click outside the lettering or you'll delete your work there. And that's not fun if you keep forgetting names or whatever you're going to add onto the credit list. So we'll see. Let me just go back. Put your playhead to the beginning. And as the playhead rides out, you'll see how long it stays up once you render it into your project. So what we'll do here is basically just drag it down right on to this video. And again, make sure you render it. Anytime you add anything, just remember to render your project. Some take a little bit longer than others, but majority of the time it runs pretty quick, especially if you have a ton of memory on your computer you're working from. Okay. Now, we got that added. We're going to go start to the beginning. Hit play. As you see your viewer to your right, you'll get your final product there. This is